The American League wildcard race, tell me.
When I look at the American League wildcard race, one, I think Texas is going to end up winning the American League.
2.5 games up right now.
I think they're going to a World Series?
No, I think they're going to end up winning the American League
West.
I think they're going to win the West.
Yep.
And they're playing the Angels. They should win the next 2 games. And depending on what happened with the Astros in Seattle, they may clinch the West early.
Yeah.
Which is really going to hurt Seattle because now they have 4 left against Texas, and we don't know how competitive those games will be.
This game's big for the Mariners. We put them 2.5 games back. They're 1.5 off the pace right now.
Now they do own
have
the
the tiebreaker,
tiebreaker,
so that's a little bit
over
different.
the Astros, yeah.
So it's a half
It's
game
imperative.
essentially.
They need to win both. They need to win both of these games.
Now, what about the team that gets that 6 seed? Can they make a deep run in the postseason?
I think they will be in the best position to make a deep run.
Can you bring up that?
Let's say the
again?
Astros end up with the 6th seed because you have the Rangers winning the West.
Right.
They're going to play playoff games. They're playing playoff games right now.
Right now.
Against
Yeah, look at
Seattle.
this. Look at
they then have the Diamondbacks, in which those are going to have playoff implications. So they will enter the postseason coming off of 2 series in which they've basically been playing playoff games. We saw Philadelphia get hot last year and just stampede through the National League. The Houston Astros can do the same thing at the end of the season this year.
It is crazy about the AL West. It really is, because when you look at the bracket, right? Houston, ton of respect, ton of love for them. 6 straight ALCSs. They're vulnerable.
Oh, no.
You know they are,
Yeah.
right? So if I'm a visiting team playing them, I'm feeling like if I'm Minnesota and Houston's walking into our ballpark, no. This is where their dynasty ends, in Target Field. That's what I would be telling them if I'm Rocco Baldelli. It's just funny to me, whoever got hot, like you're saying, the Texas Rangers down the stretch, the AL West, they're going to get the 2 seed and a potential, roll to the World Series.
Who's the least vulnerable team in the American League?
I don't
Baltimore?
Yeah.
I mean, they all have their
Toronto?
warts.
I think they
Baltimore's
all come in. I
bullpen
think they all
scares
come
me.
in with question marks, and that's why the Houston Astros to me is the most dangerous team because of that pedigree. They've been to 6 straight American League Championship Series. They have the rings to show for it. Their experience level when you get to the postseason, it really matters. And we don't know what Baltimore team we're going to end up getting because they haven't been to this portion of the season. So this is a new stage for them. That's why I like the Astros, especially if they get in as the wild card in that 6th spot.
Go ahead.
No.
We talked about both situations, right? The Rangers playing it out and then the Braves coasting. They're in a similar spot as they were last year for this particular Braves team. And we talk about the rotation and the injuries at the top, right? To Max Fried and Charlie Morton specifically. This matters for them, right? This time.
Yes, it matters. It matters to them just so that they can get their rotation set. But I'm a firm believer that there is something that happens to teams that have to just sit around. And when you are the Dodgers last year in that great season and you sit around and you have to wait, and then now all of a sudden you get the Padres coming in and they're hot and they're rolling and you find yourself getting bounced in the division series.
Yeah.
Sometimes clinching early is actually not good.
You got into the postseason both ways. You've always said that, right? Which did you prefer?
I never felt it was that big a deal. If given the opportunity, I got it. It's longer than the All-Star break that you potentially sit there. But I do feel you get to set everything the way you want to set it up. Everyone's healthy. You get 4 or 5 days in the training room. Everybody's in a good mood. You get it back to brass tacks. You peel it all down and you go in totally prepared. The only negative is that you come off your calibration of the fastball for those 4 or 5 days. So we sit and we try and figure out ways to not make it be a detriment to have a bye in the minds of the players. So I came up with this late night. I almost got fired for the Mike Trout experience about 5 years ago.
Which was what?
When Ohtani originally had his first Tommy John, I said they should shut down Mike Trout to save his legs, and look what's happening.
Okay.
And
It was a hamate bone. but
and
yeah.
create Mike Trout experience packages. So he only plays when the Yankees come to town, or he only plays. and you sporadically only give them 80 games.
Twitter loved it, by the way. They just
I got
ate it up.
almost fired and carried out of here.
Yeah.
I might have another one.
This idea
D-Row has an idea.
I
This
haven't heard
idea
it.
is wild. Give it to him.
Okay.
Give it
I
to
was
him.
sitting up late last night, and I'm like, seriously, I'm like, if we're so concerned about the Braves and Dodgers sitting there for 4 or 5 days, right? So what can you do? I've been in that position. You do sim games, but you're really not invested. You don't want to dive in there. There's a fear of getting hurt. I remember, Mays, was it 1946
Yes.
when Ted Williams?
Yeah, the Red Sox, before the World Series, they played an exhibition series
And he
against
got
a
hurt.
team of all-stars, and Ted Williams got hurt.
And he got hurt. So which way do you want it? My suggestion would be the bottom feeders of both leagues. So that would be, in the National League, it'd be St. Louis and Colorado, and the American League, it'd be Oakland and Kansas City. You are on loan for those 3 or 4 days to those respective clubs. And they can do with what they want. They can play in a 2-game set.
Like clean my house? or
No,
what
no,
are you
no,
talking
no,
about?
no. Like, for example,
Oh.
Atlanta. They would have to, Colorado would come to Atlanta for 4 days.
These are live games.
If they want them.
Televised?
No.
No? Can the fans come in?
Alternate site type.
Can
like,
the fans come in?
yeah, we'll let some fans in if the fans want
Colorado
to come in.
wants no part of that.
Colorado wants no part of that.
No part.
Well, then don't finish last.
Yes, they want
Okay.
they want no part of that whatsoever. They got 1 foot in the truck and 1 foot on.
What
the
if you want to work on rundowns? Hey, Colorado, you guys.
Can you steal Colorado's players if you need? Can you
Hey,
take
Nolan
one?
Jones,
Nolan
get on
Jones.
second and give me a secondary. What?